All right. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Morning Musings with Mimi and Oma. Okay. And we just wanted to start, just start. And I think we have some subtitles to this. It's like laugh your way to a higher vibration and spirit has a sense of humor. And today we want to talk about signs, because if you have not had a sign, everywhere a sign. I don't know the rest, so I'll not sing another line.
Sign, everywhere a sign, smoking up the scenery, breaking my mind. Do this, don't do that. Can't you read the signs? I have no idea if those are the real words.
Oh, well, I just said I don't know, so I won't sing another line. So anyway, so that's exactly what we want to talk about, our signs, because we have had some really humorous, hysterical, funny, and every other adjective you could think of for signs. And so we just thought that'd be a good place to start. What do you think, Kitty? Oh, I mean, Oma. It's our alter ego.
Yeah, because we get really, really weird signs, and they show up at unusual places and unusual times, and then we have spirit that likes to mess with us, like literally mess with us and give us things and say, now guess. So.
Oh yeah, totally. So I was going to just share one that I had. Go ahead, Kit.
No, go ahead.
Oma.
Go ahead.
What do you want to say?
I know
we have to get into the habit that there's a little bit of delay, so we're going to be talking over top of each other a little bit. But anyway, so I was going to share this one with you that I had that I thought was hilarious, and I hope you'll find it funny as well. I think you know this one, Oma, but so I had to go and have this procedure done, and I was kind of worried about it, but in the back of my mind I kept thinking, no, it's going to be okay, kind of thing. And so I was listening to very meditative music on the way there, and I was thinking, it's going to be okay. And of course, I was asking for signs. And I would hear a song and I'd be like, was that a sign? And then I'd like try to stretch it. You know, sometimes when you're looking for a sign, you're like, was that a sign? Do you ever do that, Oma?
Oh, yeah, very much. I search for signs.
Yeah, you kind of stretch it, and yeah, you try to make it a sign. But, so I get there, and I'm walking in, and of course, I had to go to, the bigger hospital to go there. And this is all before COVID. But I had to walk a really long way and down a really long hallway. And I thought, I'm going to use the bathroom before I go in. I wasn't going to be there long, but I had a 40-minute drive to get there. And I'm like, I'm just going to use the bathroom. And all this time I'm getting nerved up and I'm worried about this. And then yet, the other part of me is like, no, it's going to be okay. And then the other part is like, no, this kind of thing. So I'm like, again, I keep thinking, and I'm looking, is there a sign? Is it going to be okay? So I'm looking for the sign. I'm consciously aware of that I want a sign, and I'm not seeing a sign. So that makes me even more nervous when I don't see a sign of reassurance. So I go to the bathroom, and, without getting into the gory details, you don't need to know that. But anyways, I look down, I'm sitting there with my pants around my ankles, and in my underwear was a feather about this big. This big. I mean, it wasn't one of those that maybe came off of a down pillow or a comfort or something. This thing looked like it came off of a seagull or something. It was huge white feather stuck in my underwear. Now, how I didn't feel that, I have no idea. How could I not feel that feather in my underwear? So anyways, there was my sign. And as soon as I saw it, I started to laugh and went, all right, I get it, I get it. And of course, everything came out okay, but it was just the fact that I was consciously looking for a sign, and where are they going to put it? In my underwear. I don't know. I don't know. That's the kind of stuff that happens to me. What about you, Oma?
Well, recently there's been a little bit of drama in my park. I live in Florida in a senior citizens park. And it's kind of like going back to middle school, guys, really. Anyway, so I have been avoiding these topics, and the pool is a place where things happen and all kinds of information is shared. And I had been avoiding it because there
The
had been
locker
a little
room.
bit
It's like the locker room, right?
yeah. And
The
I don't
locker
know,
room or
it's
lunchroom.
it's like the sun beating on your head. And anyway, if you want to know anything, you go to the pool. Or if you want to get any misinformation, you go to the pool. So I have been avoiding the pool, but I just needed the sunshine and I just needed to get in the water. I'm a Scorpio, and Oma was just needing to get some wetness into, on her. So I had made up my mind I was not going to enter into any of these conversations. So I got there and there was just two people, and I'm like, well, it was like Spirit decided test Oma time. In comes from, there are 3 different doorways, all these different doorways people come in, and I'm like, oh God, I gotta leave. No, I'm gonna handle this. I'm gonna deal with this. I got my spirit shift all ready, and here's one of those shift happens. I'm taking it really, really seriously.
Yeah.
People are starting to talk to me about stuff, and I'm like, no, and I'm trying not to go down that rabbit hole really quickly.
You're like kind of like this,
gossip.
right? Can't you see I'm just trying to get some sun and water?
Yeah.
Can't you just see that I just want to be left alone?
Don't mess with my namaste. Don't. So
yeah, there you go.
And people are kind of used to asking me things. And so I'm trying to avoid it. And then finally somebody says something and ding, 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 trigger. So I start to say something and talk about a sign. The cicadas get loud. I continue to talk. They get louder. I continue to raise my voice. They get even louder, so much so everybody's in the pool going, oh my God, what is it? So I stand up, freak out everybody and go, okay, I got it. I'm not saying anything. And they stopped. So now everybody's staring at me at the pool and they start laughing. I'm like, see, it was very, very obvious. I was not supposed to talk or be here today. See you guys later. And off I went. So yeah, there are signs everywhere if you'll listen to them, or they'll be so loud that nobody else can talk. So what happens?
Well, that's just it. That's just it. That's the whole point. That there are signs everywhere, and you should be seeing signs every day. Every day, and if you're not, well, I don't know, maybe you're not looking for them, but it's those times when we doubt ourselves, or we doubt that guidance, or we doubt that, that belief, that the signs have to get bigger, and they have to get bigger, and they have to get bigger. And I mean, and that's what happened with you. They got loud. Yeah, I'm not gonna listen. They got louder. Okay, that's just a coincidence. They got really loud. And then you're like, okay, I got it. And I mean, that's the funny part about it, but that's because of us. I mean, they can send signs in humorous ways, but it's when they have to do things that are drastic like that, it's because we're not really listening, or we're doubting. Don't you think so, Oma?
Well, I also think that, like in your case with feather in your underwear, that they're also wanting you to be in the ease and see the sign, and they'll tap you lightly, and then they'll tap you lightly, and then they'll really tap you, And as funny as it is, there are some times where you get to the other end and you're like, how did I miss their signs? And I have a visual of my guides going, yeah, how did you miss the signs? Other than appearing in front of you and saying, hey, Oma, pay attention. There's not much else, that they can do. So yeah, I'm trying to learn to go with the more gentle signs. But I can go with the cicadas who drown me out too, just as well. And speaking of drowning out, so I of course know Mimi's story about her underwear and her feather. You can't make up these kind of synchronicities. So the other day I had an anklet on and it broke, and I couldn't find the bead. And yes, you guessed it. 2 hours later, it was in my underwear, and I'm like, "Thanks a lot, Mimi. Thanks a lot." So,
well, okay, Spirit. What a better place. We're going to find it. We're women. We got to pee. I hope I didn't offend anyone, but we got to pee. So we are going to be in there, and we do have to sit down, and we are going to pull our underwear down. And so what a great place to put it, I guess.
It certainly brings it into focus.
That's
so,
right.
Hey, so today's little musing is about looking for the signs, and be prepared for Spirit to be a little bit on the funny side sometimes with the signs, but they're there. And really, as we grow and as we become more aware, we can actually play with our own signs, and they can have different meanings for us. They're not going to be the same for everyone. There's very few tablets coming down from the mountain with the rules written on them. So, but today was about looking at the signs. Hey, the way these days go, we call them all.
And if you're, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, and that's just it. Everybody has, see that thing? That's just it, though. Everybody has different signs for different things. But again, it's the awareness that if you're asking for a sign, be open to seeing it, but not, it's not that matter of like myself. I was just looking at everything. Is that a sign? Is that a sign? Is that a sign? Which was like crazy making. It was making me crazy, because I just should have said, I know they're going to send me a sign, and it's going to be very clear that it's a sign. And well, the feather thing was definitely a clear sign. But we make it harder for ourselves, really.
Right. And it really is becoming about trusting that we are going to see them and interpret them. And they may not come, as often they don't in our time, but they'll be there. Just trust.
That's right. Just trust. And you might even find some in your underwear. I'm just saying. You might find some there. It's awkward. But if you find it in your underwear, it truly was a sign.
And because you just heard her, I can bet you're going to find something in your underwear. Just saying.
And if after you watch this and you do find something in your underwear, or you have found something in your underwear before, please put that down in the comments, because I'd love to hear other underwear sign stories, if you will. As long as they're, not too graphic. We don't want all the details, but just the little ones.
Yeah. Well, and even if you don't find it in your underwear, but you understand and have a story about a clear sign, please share it with us, because we're just here to laugh and move along on our journey together, because we're all just here walking each other home. I'm Oma.
I'm Mimi, and they don't have to be in your underwear. It would be funny, but it doesn't have to be.
and we'll see you next time on Morning Musings with Oma,
Mimi, and Oma, and all of us. Bye.